What's up, Grace Girls? Welcome to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast, where we focus on helping Black women change their lives by discarding negative thoughts, pivoting in the right direction, and shifting their mindset through cultivating a trauma-free lifestyle. I'm your host, Courtney Kristen, educator, content creator, life coach, counselor, and mental health enthusiast living in Houston, Texas. I created the Allow Yourself Grace podcast because I wanted to create a space for Black women to share their thoughts, feelings, and stories that make them who they are without fear of judgment. Allow Yourself Grace provides emotional support and encouragement within the Grace Girls community for women in need of non-biased opinions from women other than family and friends. Personal development, self-care, career, faith are among many of the topics we will discuss on this platform. Allow Yourself Grace podcast is here to encourage Black women to live unapologetically and thrive in being authentically who they are and were designed to be, an entire vibe. No topics are off limits. We will cover it all. Now, grab a notebook, pen, sit back, and enjoy the show. What's up, ladies? Welcome back to another episode of the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. I'm your host, Courtney Kristen, and on this podcast, we are having self-help conversations for Black women. Guys, welcome back to another episode. I hope you guys had an amazing week. I hope everything is going great for you guys. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and share, and hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I post an episode. So today is, what's today? I can't even think of the date, but it's episode 3 of the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. I hope you guys are loving it so far. Our topic is finding comfort in discomfort. And so that's kind of what we're going to talk about today. The quote for today is, "We need to be willing to be comfortable with discomfort in order to grow." I'll say that again. We need to be willing to be comfortable with discomfort in order to grow. Think about that. Now I want you to take some ownership of that quote. I need to be willing to be comfortable with discomfort in order to grow. I need to be comfortable with discomfort in order to grow. What does that mean? Take a moment to think about that. What does that really, truly mean to you? How do you interpret that quote? For me, it means that every day is not going to always be great, that every situation is not going to always be comfortable for me. But I need to learn to make myself comfortable within that discomfort in order for me to grow, in order for me to gain something. All right, so let's get into the episode. So my first point for today is, what is discomfort? Like, what does that even mean? No one likes it. I just know it's a thing that no one likes. The definition of discomfort, definition of discomfort is being uncomfortable in a situation, right? You're uneasy. You kind of have that unsettling feeling about it, right? So that's the feeling of discomfort that you're feeling. You're not feeling like I can lay right here and go to sleep. You're not feeling like I can relax my body. You're kind of always on edge. You're kind of always looking around. And so when you're comfortable, you're in a pleasant state. You're feeling relaxed. You're feeling like I can do this. I can chill. I can just relax my mind. I'm all the way comfortable. My guards are down. And when you're feeling discomfort, it's unpleasant. You don't like it. It's like, I want to get out of this place. And so those are kind of the differences between the two. The practice of being uncomfortable teaches us to stay connected to ourselves. So when you're uncomfortable, you learn to really, really stay true to who you are. You stay curious, you stay open, those are the things that discomfort forces you to do. It teaches us to be, relaxed. It kind of helps us get there. So those are the things that we must remember when we are in this place, is that we're learning something, we're growing in some way. All right. Finding comfort in discomfort, because you have to know that it's going to change. You have to know that it won't always be this way. This too shall pass. How do we embrace it? Challenging yourself to do uncomfortable things. Embrace it. Challenge yourself to do something that's out of the norm, that's not comfortable for you, but that will help push you to the next level. Because success does not always come with comfortability. It doesn't always come with that, right? And so that's the side that people don't talk about much. They post the glitz, they post the glam, they post the success, they post the material things, they post the wins, but trust and believe, if they're successful, they're taking some L's, right? They're taking some losses. There's situations where doors are closed in their face. There's situations to where maybe the deal didn't always go through like you thought it was. Maybe it didn't work out. Maybe you didn't make any money this week. Those are the things that you don't see. You don't see those things. But trust and believe that any level of success that you're trying to achieve comes with a little bit of discomfort. Explore new experiences, even if it's different than what you're used to, because that's going to also force you to get out of your comfort zone. There's nothing in your comfort zone. And also when you're in social settings, I'm not the person that's going to get up and go talk to everybody. But now I force myself to do that. I force myself to say, hello, how you doing? Good morning. I used to, and I would not do that. I would be like, oh no, not doing it. They're not looking at me. They're not saying anything to me. I'm not saying anything. But now it's kind of like, hey, how you doing? Good morning. Like you're whatever. Like push yourself to do something that's out of the norm. Do something that's out of the norm until it becomes your normal. Like keep doing it until it feels right, until it feels normal for you, because that's what's going to really, really push you towards success. There's just so many times where I've been in situations to where I'm uncomfortable and I want to leave, right? And I would get in my car and I would leave. But I had to sit and think, like, was there something that I could have done differently to make myself more comfortable? Or, could I have spoken up? Could I have asked? Like, is there something that I could have done on my part to make the situation a little better than what it was? And I think there's times where I could have, because a lot of these uncomfortable situations are situations that we put ourselves in. These are situations that we wouldn't be in if we didn't make certain decisions. And so we have to, and I'm going to continually say this, hold ourselves accountable and be comfortable with the decisions that we make when we make them, because every decision that you make ultimately affects you in some way, whether it's a good way or a bad way. And so when we're making these decisions, it's critical that we take everything into consideration, right? it's critical that we take in what the side effects could be, what the pros and the cons are, because they are all going to affect us in some way or another. You know, people want the success, they want the fame. There's a lot of women who say they want to be at stay-at-home moms, but they try it and they're like, oh, this is what this is. Some stuff is uncomfortable. Some stuff you're on the outside looking in. You are wanting things that other people have. You're wanting to achieve certain goals, but are you willing to go through the discomfort? Okay, you have to be willing to go through some type of discomfort. It's not always going to be easy. It's not going to always be the glitz and glam. People only know what they see, right? They only know what they see. But trust and believe that there's a period of discomfort that every successful person goes through. Every woman goes through a period of discomfort. Or maybe you're not comfortable with your body. Maybe you've gained weight. Like, there's things that make us uncomfortable, but we have to start having these conversations and opening up doors for each other and opening up platforms for each other to be able to discuss things that make us uncomfortable, so that we know that we're not alone, and we know that it's not just a thing, and we don't give up so easily on the things that we really want because of a little discomfort. It's not always going to be easy, but you have to find what it is you can gain from the discomfort and grow from it. Use it to grow. Use it for your own good. Use it to make you better as a woman. You know, I'm going to be uncomfortable for a while because I know that what I'm trying to do is going to take me through a level of discomfort that I don't even know if I'm ready for, but it's coming. Is it scary? Yes. Am I embracing it? Yes. Am I willing to grow from it? Yes. I'm willing to do those things because I know where I want to go. And so I think as women, when we get locked in on what we want, when we focus on what we want, we're willing to go through that discomfort. We're willing to go through the discomfort in order to achieve it. Because it's either stay at the level of discomfort I'm at now, or go through a little discomfort and achieve more and to be more successful. I'll take the more. Okay. Because I know that I have what it takes. I know that I have what it takes. My mindset is already set, right? My mind is already made up. And once your mind is already made up, there's not anything that anyone can take away from you. If you're on social media and you follow a lot of the reality stars, like the women from different for example, like Love and Hip Hop, those type of shows, you see the women go through these various stages of relationships, various stages of their lives. Some aren't even relevant anymore because they're not like on the show. They're doing any and everything to get it attention. Why? Because they're uncomfortable. They're not used to not being on TV or in the light, and so now they're doing everything possible, from doing they're doing all kind of stuff, club appearances, they're doing this stuff to fulfill the void. You know, they're doing these things because they're uncomfortable and they're used to a certain level of comfortability. But now that they've been made uncomfortable, it takes a little bit more effort. It takes a little bit more grit, more grind, more hustle, more of you going into action instead of everything coming to you. It's hard for some people, especially if you've been on the level to where you've had it all and maybe you've lost it all and now you're uncomfortable. It's hard for people to recover because They feel like, man, I got to start all the way over. But sometimes there's beauty in starting over. Sometimes the beauty is in starting over and making things happen. And I love, one thing I love is a beautiful comeback story. I love it because you're going to have setbacks along the way. You're going to have things that, hold you back. But if you can come back from those things, that stuff is just so amazing to me, how women embrace discomfort and say, no, I'm fighting back. I'm fighting back. I want my life back. I want my stuff back that I had. I want my relationships back that I've had. Like, I want healthiness all around me, and I'm willing to fight for it. I love it. That's what we do as women. We have it in us. It's within us all along. And I think that's how God designed us to be. He designed us to be an encourager, a motivator, fighters, a prayer warrior. Like, we're all these things. And so we have what it takes to fight back and take charge of our lives and learn how to operate in discomfort so that we can learn to be comfortable. Get comfortable being different. Get comfortable being different. Stop trying to fit in with everybody, at every place. Stop trying to fit in because you are different. Some of you guys have a calling on your life. And when you have a calling, you find yourself trying to fit in with these people, trying to do these things, but you're still uncomfortable. And that's why, because that's not for you. Some people are just different. If you're different, that's okay. We're all different in some way, shape, form, or fashion. I may not be everyone's cup of tea. Like, you may say Courtney is boring. I don't like her. I don't like her podcast. It's boring. Whatever. What's for you is for you. And that's okay. And I had to learn that too. I'm different. So because I'm different, I'm going to have to go through different things. My trials are going to be different. The level of expectation I have for myself is different. It's just different. And I'm okay with that. I had to learn to be okay with that. And so learning to get comfortable with discomfort is the best thing you can do for you. It's the best thing you can do for you. So there's 8 ways to make yourself feel better in uncomfortable situations. It's the easiest thing right here is to just smile. Sometimes you don't have to say much. You can just smile in the situation and keep it pushing. Also, if you're uncomfortable or maybe, you're curious about things, ask questions. Don't be afraid to ask questions. What's the worst that can happen? The person cannot answer them, or, that's fine. But don't be afraid to ask questions if you're not sure about something. Number 3, we just talked about this a lot. Relax. 4, adjust your body language. Like, you don't always have to show people that you're uncomfortable. Show up early. Show up. That helps. If you're like the first one in, maybe you won't feel so uncomfortable. You can fill the room once everybody starts to get in. But if you're late, you're definitely gonna feel uncomfortable because everyone's looking at you. Enjoy the silence. Focus on the positive and laugh. Most importantly, laugh. Like, enjoy. Uncomfortable situations can be difficult, but if we can do small things to help us feel at ease along the way, that helps out a lot. My last question is, how do you embrace pain and discomfort? Well, it's not my last question. Second to last question. How do you embrace pain and discomfort, whether it's physical or emotional? Our body and our minds always tend to signal us that something is wrong. And why? Because it hurts. It either hurts us emotionally or physically. And so embracing it means, to me, you're going into action. You're coming up with an action plan to help you embrace discomfort, to help you tackle whatever it is that's making you uncomfortable in your life. You have to have a plan, you have to have a strategy, and most importantly, you have to execute. Okay? Because talking about it, crying about it is all great. Those are all things that just we do as humans. But until you take action and come up with a plan on how and be strategic about how you're going to, get out of this discomfort, then nothing will happen by you sobbing, by you just kind of waddling in your pain. So we have to continuously be planning out how we're going to attack things when we're in a situation or when we're experiencing discomfort. Feel your pain, sit in your emotions, but you can't be there forever, right? You have to at some point take some type of action. Keep going. Most importantly, keep going through the discomfort. Life is uncomfortable. Situations get uncomfortable. All of these things are normal. All of these things are perfectly normal. But what is most beneficial is when you can still operate at a high level while experiencing discomfort. I know several people who have achieved some major milestones in their lives, and I didn't even think for a second that they were experiencing any type of discomfort, but they were. So we've all heard the stories where people who have been homeless and they've made it. Look at Tyler Perry, for example. Tyler Perry is rich. First of all, he tried so many different things before he became successful. He was homeless. There were a number of things that could have stopped him because he was, I'm sure, uncomfortable. A lot of things could have stopped him, but he kept going. He kept trying. He kept fighting. He came up with a plan and he executed. So you gotta fight back, sis. You have to fight back. There's many of women who have been through the same thing. A lot of women who have built themselves up from the ground up on their own. Nobody helped them. They opened doors. They bust down doors. They knocked on doors because they believed in themselves. They believed in their plan. And so as women, we have to learn to have our plan. We have to have a plan for ourselves, not just for our children, not just for our husband, not just for our marriages, but something for yourself. And then you won't have any issues pouring into anyone else because you know exactly who you are. You know how to operate in discomfort. You have a plan and you're executing it. Those are the things that as women, once we lock in, like I've been saying for this entire episode, lock in, focus, it's over. Have a plan. Get around some people who can help you come up with a plan. And be okay with some days being uncomfortable. Me, I whine for a second. I'm going to cry and pout for a second. But ultimately, I got to get up and fight back because this is my life. I think I'm just now entering into who I really am as a woman. I'm really starting to learn more about myself. I'm learning to be comfortable with myself. I'm learning not to be so hard on myself. These are things that I'm learning, that I'm constantly working on daily. I'm learning how to just step out on faith and do what I want to do for me. Those are things that I'm learning. And so I know there's many of you out there who are learning as well. And so join this journey and let's learn together. Let's do this together. Like, the worst thing I know that I felt this year was I went through a period of time where everything was going great for me, but there was something in the inside of me that felt lonely, right? It felt like, who are you? I don't really know who I am. And so I figured it out. And the person I thought I was, yeah, some of that was me, but some of it was like, girl, when are you going to be the person you're dreaming about? When are you going to be the person that you're thinking about every day? Why won't you do it? Is it because you're scared of what other people are going to say? Are you scared? Like, stop being scared. You have to have the faith and the courage in yourself to do whatever it is you want to do, because nobody can do it for you. You can talk about it all day, but when are you going to make it happen for you? When are you going to do it, sis? When? When are you going to do it? Let's be action takers this year. Let's be women who walk in authority this year. Let's do this, but let's do it with a grace. Let's do it with love. Let's do it with elegance. Let's do it. Let's do it. Let's do it. If you don't learn anything from stars, people who are successful entrepreneurs, if you don't learn anything else from them, learn that they took risks. They didn't worry about who was going to accept them. They didn't worry about who was buying from them. They didn't worry about who was watching their shows. Like, they just kept going and stayed with it and kept planning and just kept executing. And then their dream came to fruition. But if you're not planning, you're not executing, and you're not getting around the right people, then you have all the dreams you want to have, but they will not come to pass if you're not doing anything about them. You're not taking any action. Do it for you. Your kids would appreciate it. Your husbands will appreciate it. Your boyfriends will appreciate it. Do something for you. Like, walk in who you are. Never get blinded. So blinded and so into someone else's dream that you forget about your own. Don't let that distract you. There's going to be plenty of distractions. There's a lot of distractions. Like, for me, even like when I'm recording these episodes, I leave my phone in the other room, because your phone is a big distraction. Like, you go to the airport, you go to different places, you go to the restaurant, people are having dinner, and one person's talking, somebody's on their phone. You're talking to somebody, you're on your phone. You got your phone in your pocket. You're pulling your phone out when you're nervous. You're pulling your phone. Like, your phone can be a big distraction. It's by your bed. When you wake up, you pick up your phone. Like, distractions. We have to eliminate distractions. Distractions have to be eliminated in order to really focus and hone in on what you really want to do. Distractions. Take some time. Everyone in your household will benefit from it. Everyone will benefit from you learning to fulfill your dreams. Everyone will benefit from it. And so everyone around you will start to see, like, man, she never gave up. She never gave up. She went through all that and she still made it happen. I've been watching so many people celebrate some huge accomplishments this past month that I know personally, like, and I know their journey personally. And I'm like, yes, girl, go girl. Like, you did that, because in the face of adversity, you made it happen. It may have taken you longer than what you initially thought. But when you make it happen, that's what I applaud. I applaud the journey, honey. the journey, because the journey can be strenuous. It can be uncomfortable, and some people can only endure a certain level of discomfort before they give up. And so I applaud people when they push through and they make it happen, especially Black women, because there's a lot of Black women out here making it happen on their own. They're single moms, they're single by themselves, they're buying houses, they're acquiring land, they're real estate. Like, they're doing so much. We're doing so much as Black women. But we also can't forget about our Black women who are still in a level of in a place of discomfort, and they don't have a plan to get out. So that's why we're here, and I'm developing this community, is to really help you guys get focused, get motivated, and most of all, learn how to operate in discomfort. Because you can still operate in discomfort. You don't have to be comfortable to operate. You can still function in discomfort. Is it going to be easy? No. Guarantee it's not. Is it possible? Yes. I've seen it with my own eyes. I've done it myself. So yes, it's possible, sis. It's possible. And we as a community, we want to support you. We want to help you. We want to encourage you. We want to cheer you on. And I know you don't know us yet, but this is a place you definitely want to be. You want to be around like-minded individuals. Some of those people that you're telling your dreams to, or that you're telling about your discomfort, or telling you about their discomfort, or they're telling you, oh, I understand. No, I'm telling you, sis, get up. Let's get it. Let's go. Push through. Let's come up with a plan. How we're going to make it happen, and make it happen, and make it happen. Life is short. You cannot fall down every time you get in discomfort. You cannot give up every time you get uncomfortable. You gotta keep going. You gotta push through. It's imperative that you do these things for you. For you. For you, because you only deserve the best. You only deserve the best. You only deserve the best. Learning how to operate in discomfort. You can still do it. You can still do it. You can do it. We got you. We got your back. We're cheering you on. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. I keep saying, guys, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. It's killing me when I hear it. When I go to edit, I hear it. Oh, terrible. Here we go again. We'll see you guys in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, like, DM me if you would like to be a part of the book club. I'm super excited about it. It's going to be a part of the Grace Girls community. So it will be free of charge, probably for the first few months until I build the community. And then we'll see what else I will offer. Depending on what I offer, we may start like a whole club. So that's kind of where I'm going with it. But thank you guys for watching. Thank you guys for listening. We'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.
Well, guys, that concludes our episode. Thank you guys so much for tuning in to the Allow Yourself Grace podcast. For additional information about today's episode, please click the link in the show notes below. To learn more about our Grace Girls community and other resources we have to offer, head over to www.allowyourselfgrace.com. Until next time, Grace Girls, I love you all. Be blessed and continue to strive for success.